Hello everyone and welcome to the highlight video for Game 1 of the Ultra Grand Championship of the Universe series, where we faced off against the Peppy Turtles. We managed to be the home team at the Super Colossal Dome for Game 1, and just as a reminder, this is a best 3 out of 5 series. Let's get into the highlights. The game started off as a very nice pitcher's duel, but Zenon Estrada in the top of the first broke through with the first base hit of the series, although Keisha Phillips did her absolute best to get him thrown out from center field. Leah Wayne was the next batter up, and she lines out to Ernie Steele, and we have a clean top of the first. In the bottom of the first, Jay Green came out strong, as Ahmed Khan is going to hit it way up in the air, but in the end, it's only to shallow center, and the second baseman makes the catch. Pablo Sanchez up next, trying to get us off to a strong start, and hits a solid line drive, but it is caught by the center fielder, and it's a clean first inning for both sides. Fred Benson comes up in the top of the second and launches a beautiful inside-out swing off a big freeze pitch, but Keisha Phillips runs it down, and she comes up in the bottom of the second to try and get us going on offense and hits a towering fly ball to center, and it looks like it's going to be caught again, but this one is dropped. She thinks about going to second but stops at first, and we look to get rolling. Annie Frazier follows it up, but this is going to be caught, and Keisha is too far away from first. Not the strongest throw, but enough to get the double play. And we go to the top of the third, where Davy Marion breaks through, gets an inside-out swing, and homers to right center field. And the Peppy Turtles take the 1-0 lead in the top of the third. In the top of the fourth, Zenon Estrada up again. He's going to float a little pop-up that seems like it should be caught, but it falls right in front of Kenny, and they leg out a single, and we are under threat again as Leah Wayne comes up, and this time she is going to ground it to the left side of the infield, where we manage to get the double play as she decides she's going to just round and go. Very bizarre play there at first base, but she is called out, and Pablo Sanchez finally, in the bottom of the fourth, hits a beautiful line drive home run to tie the game for the Wombats. There were definitely some nerves in the dugout after the Turtles took the lead, and we were unable to break through first time through the order, but Pablo Sanchez put the team at ease with that home run, and Keisha Phillips tries to follow it up with a blast of her own, so she hits a base hit to left field, getting it past the left fielder, but she goes for second, and it's a great recovery by the Turtles. She gets in a rundown, and she is eventually going to be tagged out. Just a little too ambitious there. But we go to the bottom of the fifth, where Annie Frazier is now leading off. She hits a line drive to center field as we start to gauge the pitching of Jay Green. It's a leadoff double for Annie Frazier. Amir Khan has a nice at-bat, and he follows up Annie Frazier's double with a launch to right center field that is just short of the fence. However, it is going to be back-to-back doubles for the Wombats, and try as they might, the Turtles cannot get Annie Frazier out at home, and we take our first lead of the game. Pete Wheeler is up when we decide to try and execute a first and third stealing play. Kenny Kawaguchi goes for it. It's cut off by the pitcher. The catcher leaves to get the ball, and Amir Khan has just enough time to get home, so we steal a run there. In the top of the sixth, Zena Frome tries to get it going, but she doesn't have the speed, and Keisha Phillips to Ahmed Khan to Pete Wheeler. Beautiful fielding play there. Keisha Phillips then takes advantage in the bottom of the sixth with a home run to left field. This was a solo shot because Pablo Sanchez was thrown out stealing just before this. But 455 feet for Keisha Phillips as we start to get into the flow on offense. and we take a 4-1 lead. And in the bottom of the 7th now, with one runner already on base, Ernie Steele is going to go over that same left field fence. And we are well and truly in control of the game now. Ernie Steele, 365 feet. Amir Khan is on base to score. We take a 6-1 lead. But the Turtles really looked like a very strong team, had the lead for a little bit. Kenny Kawaguchi comes up a couple batters later with his sister on base, but unfortunately it ends up a double play. Pete Wheeler comes up next now with 2 outs and nobody on, but he is going to hit a very nice line drive to center. This was our trademark hit of the game, and with his speed, Pete Wheeler is able to get the triple. Ahmed Khan comes up next, trying to cash in, get us a little more of a gap, and he does so easily with a line drive into the gap. He looks good for the double, and he sees third base abandoned, but the pitcher covers, and Ahmed gets tagged out. In the bottom of the 8th, it's 7-1. Keisha Phillips with 1 out, trying to get us started once again. She hits it into the gap, and this time she has the double with no issues. And it's Annie Frazier trying to follow up that hit with a solid one of her own, and she hits a line drive that looks like it could be caught, but is not. It is dropped by the center fielder. Keisha Phillips is able to advance to third, and this sets up another first and third play, which this time the Turtles counter by throwing it to third and then to second. This confused Keisha. Annie Frazier actually safe at second, but it delayed Keisha's break for home just long enough that she gets tagged out. And once again, we get a runner thrown out on the bases, and we immediately follow it up with a home run. Amir Khan this time is the beneficiary, and he's going to stretch the lead out to 9-1. Fortunate that Annie Frazier ended up being safe at second base, as the Wombats are going to take a 9-1 lead into the 9th. And Zena Frome is going to start off by hitting the crazy ball just past Pablo Sanchez, past Keisha Phillips, and that is enough for her to end up being safe, which is key for the Turtles because 2 batters later, Jay Green unleashes an undergrounder. An undergrounder from Jay Green. There was a fielder's choice before that, so they've got more speed on the bases. Amir Khan spiking a throw. It's an RBI double, although we almost got the runner at home. And it's 9-2 as Zenon Estrada unleashes a second undergrounder. A second undergrounder. This time, Vicky Kawaguchi has to react to the ball, and she actually does so very well. Jay Green not taking off until the ball reappears, and he gets thrown out at third. Unfortunate base running for the Turtles there. And Leah Wayne lines out to Ahmed Khan to end the game and give us the 9-2 victory in game number 1. It was a great contest, and we're looking forward to the rematch in game number 2.